Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all safe and healthy. So today I'm back at the one of one showroom where previously I made a video with the X6M, and in that video I told you that there is another car in the showroom that I'll be making a video on, and that's the Shelby GT500. So in this video we'll be taking a look at everything the Shelby GT500 has, and I'll tell you all about the car you need to know. So one thing before we go ahead and take a look at the car, I just wanted to say, if you enjoy videos like these, do leave a like and also do subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so that you will be the first ones to know when I upload later videos. And also one more thing, do follow One of One on Instagram and Snapchat as well. The links for both will be in the description below. So they have been supporting me for a pretty long time and I have made a lot of videos in their showroom. So do go ahead and follow them in Instagram. So let's go ahead and take a look at the car now. So here it is guys, the Shelby GT500. This here is a 2020 model. So in 2021 the only changes they have done is they have added a new package, and also they have added a few new colors like the carbonite gray. They have also added a grabber yellow and another blue. So those are the new colors. And also the new package they have added is the carbon handling package. So basically what that does is the car does look like this standard GT500. The only thing is they add a gurney flap at the rear wing. That's the standard rear wing, and you do get carbon fiber wheels, but you don't get the carbon fiber wheels like you get on the track package though, because these wheels are painted in black and you don't get the carbon fiber weave which you get with the carbon fiber track package or carbon track package. So overall that's all the changes for the 2021 model year. Let's take a look at the design now. So you can see the main significant changes in design are at the front when compared to the standard Mustang GT, and from this angle you can just see how wide this GT500 is. They had to fill all the white space by gloss black. And in the terms of the headlights, you do have the standard Mustang headlights. You don't have the newer style which are a bit more curvier. Some people like this. I prefer the newer style, but overall it does help to make the car look pretty aggressive. These are the LED daytime running lights, and I'll just show you how they look. So this is the key. You can see you have the Cobra in the middle. So it's basically a standard Mustang key, but they have replaced the Ford logo with the or they have replaced the Mustang logo with the Cobra logo, and you just unlock over here, and that is how your daytime running lamps look. Then down below you have your indicators, and currently they are on as well. And then over here you can see the heat extractors, and you have this mesh design over here which is totally open, so no fake vents over here. And obviously this the amount of power this car produces, it does need a lot of cooling. Then you have this splitter over here. It's not carbon fiber though, but it has been designed to make it look like that from afar, but it's just hexagon patterns inside. Then you can see the splitter down below. So this splitter is basically what you get on the standard GT500. If you go for the carbon track package, you do get an extended splitter, but this being the standard model, you do have only this much. And I think for normal street use, unless and until you're going to be using your GT500 a lot on the track, it doesn't make sense to pay $18,000 just for that track package. So it's basically just bragging rights if you're going for it and not going on the track. And I think this is the best for your daily street use though. So you don't have an extended splitter, and you won't destroy it on speed bumps and everything. And you have a nice Shelby, it's written nicely over here. And then in the middle you have the Cobra badge. It is pretty big and it's obviously metallic though, and it looks pretty nice. Then again more openings for intake, and I hope you can just see this. So this is another small intake over here. I think this is for the intercooler down inside the engine bay. Then you have GT500 embossed over here in this gloss black plastic. I can't say that I do like the gloss black over here, but since not a lot of people will be touching it, it won't get a lot of fingerprints, but it will get dirty though. Then you have more openings down below, and this is the same as the other side. Then up top on the hood is also another big change. You can just see how big the power dome is. I hope you can just see that clearly from here. And you do have, I think, one of the biggest heat extractors I have seen on a car, and this is basically plastic though, which is gloss black, but I think you can get an aftermarket carbon fiber one for it, and I think that would have looked better if they had given it from the factory option, but that's okay though. And one pretty new thing, or something that has been taken from the older cars or the older generation of cars, you can see we have hood pins over here, and it is a pretty complicated way to open the hood. I'll show it to you later how to open the hood. it is pretty complicated. Then this particular car, like I said, is in black. It's not metallic, it's just standard paint, and these white stripes are not painted. And if you want though, you can get painted stripes, but that is $10,000. These ones are just $1,000. Then let's take a look at the side, and just from here you can see how wide this part is, the front arch, when compared to the rest of the bodywork. So it's to accommodate those wider tires, and the tires are here. So these ones are Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. If you go for the carbon track package, you do get Michelin Cup 2s. These ones are sitting at 305 section with the 30 series sidewall, and this is a 20-inch rim, which is pretty good, and I think it suits the car as well. And I like how there is not a lot of gap in the middle between the arch and the wheel. It just the wheel fills the arch pretty nicely. And these are the standard wheels though, you can't get any other option. If you want the carbon fiber wheels, you have to go for the handling package or the track package. Then we take a look at the brakes. I think this is one of the largest disc brakes I have seen on any other car. They are even larger than the ones on the X6M. And the size of this is basically 16.5 inches, which is 420 millimeters, which are pretty huge. And you have 6 piston caliper over here from Brembo, so that's in red. I don't think you can change the color of the caliper, so you do get red as standard. And overall I think this is a pretty cool design. I just hope you can just see that clearly. Then let's take a look at the other things on the side. And over here you can see we have the Cobra badge on the fender. Then we have a nice side splitter or side skirt. You can just see how it is designed to channel air down the side to provide better downforce, and how far it extends as well. You do have to be careful though. Then on the suspension side of things though, this has magnetic suspension, which adjusts in just a few milliseconds I believe. So obviously, and it changes its characteristics according to the drive modes, so that is cool. And also it is independently adjustable as well, which I'll show it to you when we get into the interior. And let's take a look at the rear tire now. So the rear tire is even wider obviously, and these are 315 section tires with a 30 series sidewall, and these are 20-inch rims, so the same size rims as in the front. The only thing is that the rear tires are even wider, 315s, and they have to be, because the amount of power this thing produces is a lot, and you have to put down that power somewhere. Then we have the rear disc brakes. So the rear disc brakes are 14.6 inches or 370 millimeters, and you do get a 4-piston caliper at the back, again in that same red Brembo color. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rear now. One thing I like about the Mustang is its fastback design. I just love how the way it looks, and I think from the side it's one of my more favorite design when compared to the Challenger and the Camaro as well. But in other aspects, I like in terms of the face, I like the Challenger more, and the rear design I like the Camaro more. So let's take a look at the rear design of the Mustang now. I don't have a lot of space, so sorry about that, but I'll try to show you the best as I can. So here, this is, since I told you this is the standard GT500, you do get this wing, which has outlets over here to provide downforce. If you go for the carbon handling package, you do get an extra gurney flap right over here, which provides extra downforce. And if you go for the track pack, you do get a lot bigger wing, which is needed for downforce as well. Then the other changes from the standard Mustang is instead of the GT logo, you have the Cobra badge over here. And some GT500s I have seen, they had the clear tail lights rather than these red ones, and I think I like the rear with the clear tail lights a lot more than these red ones. Then in terms of the lower bumper, we do have a diffuser, and obviously this is a working diffuser because it helps to provide downforce. So you can see it is open, and I do like the design of the diffuser a lot. And then you can see these tail pipes, which are again so huge. I think they are 4.5 inches, and you can just see my hand fits inside, and my hand is pretty big by the way, so my whole fist fits through that, and you have 2 on each side. We'll take a listen at that later on, so stay tuned for that. Then let's take a look at the rear boot space now, since we are at the back as well. To open the boot, you have a button down below, or you can just use your key fob and press this 2 times, and that unlocks your tailgate. And also you have a small camera right here. Okay, so here's the boot space of the Mustang GT500 or Shelby GT500. You only have like 13.5 cubic feet, which is 382 liters. which is not a lot, but it's pretty good in terms of sports cars. Then this one is currently filled with the front spare wheel. So you can see, I know it is the front because of the size of the tire, but this wheel has taken up almost all the space inside. But I think the way this thing is set up, or the way the space is carved out, I think it's pretty spacious, and you will be pretty fine for a weekend trip as well. So that's all there is to show in the boot space. Now let's take a look at what's powering the Shelby GT500. Okay, so to open the hood, you have to basically pull this hood latch over here just one time. Then you have to go in the front. So even despite pulling the hood latch, the hood will not pop up, as you can see over here. But you have to press this over here one time. I hope it goes inside. You have to push it a lot. Then you have to push another one over here. There we go, and you can see it is open. Then there is another latch inside which you have to find. There we go. And that's the Shelby GT500 engine bay. So you saw how complicated it was just to open the hood. I think they could have just kept it simple instead of adding this hood pins. It just complicates the process a lot more. Okay, so let's take a look at the engine bay now. So engine bay, you have a small nice touch, which is this carbon fiber composite, and this whole material is made out of that to keep it lightweight. Then you have the party piece over here. So we have the 5.2 liter supercharged V8, and it produces 760 horsepower and 625 pound-feet of torque, and the engine is mated to a 7-speed dual clutch transmission from Tremec. I think you have a similar type of transmission in the new Corvette Stingray as well. And here you can see the supercharger up top with the Cobra logo on it, and this is signed by the person who hand built the engine. So that is pretty nice, and it makes the car look exclusive as well. Then you have the engine bracing over here with the Ford Performance logo, so it looks pretty nice, and that's a nice design touch as well. And up top you can see this part over here is basically a rain guard for the heat extractor over here. So when you're not on the track and you're just using it for daily use, you can have to attach this part over here so that none of the rainwater or any of the dust and stuff gets into the engine. So that is pretty nice. But when you go to the track, you can just remove it and then allow the air to move out. So that's all in the engine bay. What we'll do now is we'll take a listen at how this engine sounds. So I hope you heard the V8. I think it is one of the best sounding, it was one of the best sounding V8s so far. But currently the new Z06, Corvette Z06, which is coming out with that flat plane crankshaft V8, I think it sounds a lot better than this one. But overall, I think it is pretty good in terms of the sound. Now what we'll do is we'll take a look at the interior. But before we go ahead and take a look at the interior, I just wanted to say, if you enjoyed so far the video, do leave a like and also do subscribe to the channel as well, and turn on your notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload later videos. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. Okay, so let's take a look at the door trim first. So there are no changes from the standard Mustang in the door trim. The only change is you have this white and black stripe over here, and that's it. Other than that, it's similar to your normal Mustang. You have your door handle, central locking. You have a nice chunky grab handle over here. You have your window controls and side mirror controls, and you have a small amount of door storage, and that's all. This is leather though, and it is nice and soft touch with your white stitching. So that's all. Then let's take a look at the side over here. So you have Ford Performance side sills, and by the way, all around the car you cannot see any Ford logo. The only Ford logo you can see is one over here, and this one over here on the wheels, and that's it. Then the seats, we have, these are the standard seats. You can see we have the Cobra logo embossed or stitched in it, and you have that same white striping as on the door trims. And if you want though, these are the standard leather seats which you get with the car. If you want, you can get the Recaro bucket seats as well, but they are manually adjustable. These ones are electric seats, so you can move the seat back and forward with this, or lower the seat height. You have some lumbar adjustment.
but the backrest adjustment is by this lever over here, so that's manual. And this one, since this does not have the carbon fiber track package, you do get rear seats as well, so you have some more practicality if you want some people to sit behind though. So now let's just get inside and take a look at the interior. Okay, so I'm in the interior of the GT500 and let's start up the car. So you have your start stop button right here, and that's how you turn on. You have a small animation over here, Ford Performance with the Shelby Cobra. Okay, so let's start with the dashboard quality. So the dashboard quality is pretty good. We have a nice soft touch material here. I think it's leather, I'm not sure though, but that's all. And it's basically the standard Mustang interior. You don't have a lot of changes in terms of the design, but whatever the changes are, I'll just show them to you. So here you have the GT500 chassis number. So every GT500 has that on it. So I think this one is L1488. So that's pretty nice touch by Ford, and it also makes the car feel a lot more special as well. Then here also one more thing, you have this gloss carbon fiber. It is pretty reflective though. I don't know while driving how much it will affect, but just sitting in the showroom though, it does look pretty good. Then you have your standard oil pressure system or oil pressure gauge and oil temperature gauge over here with your rounds AC vents. Then you have your light controls over here. This is for adjusting the brightness for the display over here, and that's all. Then let's come to the steering wheel. So the steering wheel has one change, and that's this. So you have a Cobra logo over here, and there is another Cobra logo which you have over here. I'll just show that to you now. But basically you have the standard 12-inch gauge cluster which all the new Mustangs have, and when you press that Cobra logo over here, you get my mode, or basically just all the system settings. So you can control my mode from here. You have your track apps like basically line lock, launch control, all that stuff. Then you have performance shift indicator. Then you have your gauges. You can control all that stuff or customize it from here. This is for your exhaust mode. Currently, since the car is not started up, you cannot change the exhaust mode though. Then we have your cluster appearance, which you can change the color and all that stuff, and then how it changes with the drive mode and that kind of stuff. Then this is for your color, and that's all. Then the other change you have is the suspension button over here, right here. When I press that, you can change how the suspension adjusts itself. So you have normal and sport, and that's it. Then you have the steering wheel over here, so you can control how light or how heavy the steering wheel gets. So you have normal, sport, and comfort. So basically in comfort, the steering wheel will be pretty light. Other than that, the other changes are obviously the paddle shifters. So you can see how big these paddle shifters are, and they're made out of metal because they're cold to the touch. So you can see that, and they're pretty big and nice and clicky feeling. Then you have your indicators here, you have your windshield wipers here, and you have all your standard Mustang controls over here. And this is Alcantara, I believe, with your 12 o'clock stripe here. Only the bottom part is in leather, and this is also metal, I believe. So overall pretty good. Then let's come over here, and in the central you have your Sync 3 system. It's an 8-inch system. It is pretty small, but it's nice and clear. You have all your controls for your audio, climate. Let me just switch it off. There we go. So we have climate, phone, then navigation. I think you do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. This is your navigation, this is your mobile app, and settings as well. So I think that's all. Then we come down here, so you have your volume knob, tuning knob, and basically your media controls right over here. Then you have your heated seats and ventilated seats, your temperature control right here, and basically your climate controls are sitting here. You have the heated and ventilated seats for your passenger as well. Then you have your engine start button. These are your hazards. This is to turn off your traction control right here. You can just turn it off, but be careful not to use that anywhere else but the track. This is to change your exhaust modes from quiet, normal, racetrack, all that stuff. And this is to change your driving mode. So you have to push up. So you have normal. Then when you go into sport, the display will change. You can see that how the tachometer folds outward. Then we have racetrack, which again changes the design. So you have a full rev counter now, and the speed is down at the bottom of there or in the corner. If you want, you can change the displays over here as well by pressing these over here. So you can change fuel economy, trip computer, all that stuff you can see, or you can just keep it blank. Then you have another drive mode from racetrack. You have a drag strip. Then you have a slippery mode, and that again changes your cluster, and then you can go into normal. So that's all. Then we have your you have USB port down at the bottom. Let me show you. And you have cigarette lighter over here. Then you have some storage space. I don't think, yeah, this one does not have the wireless charger though. Then here you have your gear selector. So this is the standard Ford gear selector, which even the Ford Explorer and all those cars have. So PR and D. To go into manual, you just press the M, and you have your electronic parking brake. Good thing though, they haven't added a gloss black, and you have this sort of metallic gray finish over here, and I like that a lot. Then here we have cup holders, which are pretty decent size. Then over here we have a pretty nice and soft armrest, which has some decent amount of storage. I hope you can just see that. And it is, I think that's a bit grippy material, so nothing will just move or fall away. Then this one is, what is this? I don't know. I think, yeah, that's a 12-volt socket, and you have a USB port. Then we have your glove box, which is also a pretty decent size. And up top you have your lights and your side or rear mirror with your vanity mirrors. So that's all. Let's talk about space now. So in terms of space inside, I think, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. I have enough amount of headroom, and I am pretty comfortable inside. And also these seats, since these are not the bucket seats, I'm pretty comfortable in them. And I think I might be a bit uncomfortable in the bucket seats though, but these are pretty comfortable enough. So do keep that in mind when you're looking for the GT500 or any other Mustang though. I think some of the Mustangs do have the Recaro seat option as well. So do try out both of the seats before choosing any one of them. And then that's all there is to show in the interior. Those are your back seats, and that's all.
Okay, so that's all there is to show on the Shelby GT500. Hope you enjoyed the video a lot, and if you did, let me know in the comments down below what features of the Mustang or Shelby GT500 you did like. So what do I think about the car? I think this is one of the best muscle cars on the market right now, and if you think this is what you like, just go right ahead and buy it. Don't think a lot about it. The Hellcat Red Eye might have more power, so you might have more bragging rights in that, but it is not as fast as the Shelby GT500, because the Shelby GT500 is a lot lighter than that car, so keep that in mind. So overall, I do like the car a lot, and that's all there is I can say about it. So if you enjoyed the video guys, do leave a like, and also hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you will be the first ones to know when I upload later videos. So thanks for watching guys, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.